So here at the SAWF, we're in dire straits at the moment.
Yeah, things have been going crazy since the higher powers decided they want to take over Sawf.
I mean, if you missed it last week, the higher powers pretty much left everyone laying out in the middle of the ring, including myself.
Yeah, it was full assault.
I mean, while I was pretty much out, I heard about what you did for me, and I appreciate it.
Yep, whatever.
But yeah, obviously, the situation, we don't really know even how to proceed. We will be giving you a show, as per usual. We'll try to make sure that it is the best show that we can possibly have.
Yep.
But unfortunately, we still don't know what the higher powers have in store. They could do this again. They could do worse than this.
Yeah, hopefully this feud will end soon, and the higher powers will take their rightful place. They've made a couple of mistakes, but I want to see them in charge.
I don't even know what to say about that. But yeah, so we'll try to get the show on the road. We just wanted to address what happened last week. Obviously, there's a lot going through the minds of the entire roster right now. And, I mean, I would say I don't feel very safe at the moment. And I feel maybe some other people are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got to move on. We got to move on and have the best show possible for all of you at home. All
We've
right?
still got some matches lined up, and hopefully they're going to be super duper entertaining. First up, we have a Takedown Championship match.
Yep, the Takedown Championship will be on the line.
Yep, Carmelo versus Jack Psychoblade.
It's going to be...
Cameraman.
Oh, James is joining us.
Obviously, I'm in the ring. I don't know what to say. I only can feel for my poor commentary team, my workers, my business. Sawf is at its absolute worst point. The high powers are taking us out left, right and centre. This is not good. This is unbelievable. I did not see the SLWF coming to this point. And I apologise. But the show must go on. As much as my staff are getting hurt, they ain't weak. They are strong and they will stand up. That's right, Lucas, you're strong. So, with the matter of the situation on hand, with the high powers, with all the chips in their corner, unfortunately, I will have to give them an answer. Because this has to stop. I can't risk it anymore. I mean, it's simple. I mean, they've got to leave with the SWF title, the Takedown title. I'm into a corner here, boys. We might be check and mate. So, my answer for the high powers. No. You think I'm that damn stupid? I'm not taking your games. I've had enough. You know what? You're pushing me to a limit, Prodigy. Evan, I'm at my breaking point. Fine. Come at it. Do it. Do it.
I get that James wants to be defiant, but there's more than just him on the line right now.
Anderson's a wacko.
Not first to Adam. It's just... No!
Wait,
What is this?
what are you doing?
Give us what we want, Anderson!
No.
Give us what we want, or I take out your commentator as well. Give us what we want.
You wouldn't dare.
Give us what we want, or you'll have no commentators.
You've got the match! Get the match! Cut the music! Cut it! Cut the music! Cut the music! Cut the music! You've got the match. Prodigy! Look at me. Collision course. Team Sawf versus high powers. Whoever wins gets control of the SLWF. You happy? You happy? James Anderson, Jack Psychoblade, Ryan Sampson versus the Prodigy, Adrian Evans and Mike Dexter. You happy? You happy? One pinfall. That's all it takes. You understand? You've got me edge, but you know what? I thought I'd break, so I've got a little plan for tonight. You son of a bitch. This is what we're gonna do. There'll be some matches tonight. 3 of them. Team Sawf, Team High Powers. There'll be 3 matches. First one, good old Carmelo, takedown title match against Jack Psychoblade. The next match, Ryan Sampson versus Mike Dexter. With a High Powers band from ringside, mind you. And the last match will be me and you. Whatever team gets 2 wins tonight gets an advantage at Collision Course. They get to choose who they want removed from the other team for 5 minutes at the beginning of a match. That's the only thing I want to add tonight. Are you happy, Prodigy? Are you happy? You brought me to my knees. You got what you want. I hope you're happy.
Got one thing to say to you.
Well, what's that?
Enjoy your last night as 50% owner of this company. Because at Collision Course, the higher powers are taking over officially.
Not on my watch.
I know you better than anybody and I know what makes you break. So what you want, it's not gonna matter. Put the hands of me, as was everything else last week. You're looking at the guy that's going to be running this place, along with Mike Dexter and Adrian Evans. Boys, come on, boys. You alright? Don't fall for him. He's free, right? Yeah. You've got a show to do. You're stronger. They don't know that you're training, so. Huh? That's it. Continue it.
Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Takedown.
My head's still a bit sore.
Yeah, I mean, and we spoke about at the beginning that anything can seem to happen now, but you heard it from James that tonight's matches have huge implications going into Collision Course, and then at Collision Course, I guess that's where it's decided.
Yeah, that's where
The
the official decision will be made.
versus the higher powers, and for the stake in the company, for James's 50% stake in the company. But for tonight, it's about Team Sawf getting as many victories as they can to have that advantage that James spoke about over the higher powers.
Absolutely.
Or if hell freezes over, vice versa, and higher powers walk into Collision Course with that advantage.
Yeah. So first up, we've got Carmelo for Higher Powers versus Jack Blade for Sawf.
Now, to my understanding, this match was already scheduled to take place, but now it has the added addition, stipulation. Alright. You know what, I feel maybe a little worse now.
Well, yeah. Like you said, this is both for the Takedown Championship, which it already was, and now also for this Higher
Whoever,
Powers versus
I believe, I mean, obviously we were laid out while James was letting everyone know about this, but from what I was able to gather, whichever team gets 2 victories tonight, whether it's the High Powers win 2 of the 3 matches that are on tonight, or if Team Sawf win 2 of the 3, then that's who goes in with the advantage.
Yeah.
And with this being match 1, you want to get the ball rolling, and especially, I would imagine, I mean, Jack wins this match, and I believe it's Ryan Sampson representing Team Sawf in the next match. You get the 2 out of the way, it's fine. Main event, you do what you need to do.
Yep. So here we go now. Just waiting on Carmelo, current takedown champion.
I may be a good guy, but I fucking hate mocks.
All right. Not a big fan of mock. Well, hopefully he views Carmelo like a mock here tonight and takes him out.
Not a fan of that wordplay, Lucas Roger. But got Carmelo, the High Powers Associate, coming out.
That's alright. They're good, right? Good? You guys good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
I'm fine.
Okay? Alright?
A bit better.
I mean, we're being uncharacteristically quiet, but obviously you know what happened.
We've
and
had a hell of a day. I still hear ringing in my ears. I mean, I get Prodigy said nothing personal, but
it seems
felt
a bit
personal.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you punch someone and make it not personal?
I don't know.
Casualty of war happens.
Casualty of war, according to Mike Dexter.
Nothing personal, Alan. It's the means to an end.
And here we go.
Got first match of the day.
Now, usually, I try to remain mostly as unbiased as I can. But right now, I don't care about any of that. I hope Jack Blade dog walks Carmelo back and forth, corner to corner, rope to rope, and makes an example. And gets that first win.
Well, I'm not going to make it personal and keep it professional. No.
They've already
It's
made
even-
it personal.
They said it wasn't personal.
You're going to
Let's
take
just-
them for their word. I'm not.
I'm still thinking about it. Yeah. Right now, I've got them.
Lock up here.
Yeah. Jack Blade in
Jack Blade
control at the
with
moment.
a headlock. But not for long with Carmelo
into the corner.
adjusting the weight.
What's up, fly, Frank? Yeah. Do you know? Like action, right?
Maybe about a hayfield there for Jack Blade with that
Quite
sneeze in
possibly.
the ring. You don't see competitors sneeze in the ring quite often.
No, generally it's looked down upon, spreading germs and such. They're rolling around, they want to keep things clean.
But right now, Carmelo with that armbar applied, now digging the forearm into the joint.
Working
and
the arm
he's-
really hard,
he's
twisting it
twisting
even
it.
more.
Yeah, and he's had quite a few rotations on that one.
Come on, right past you.
No. Nah.
Cut out.
Nah. No. No.
I don't think Jack Blade's giving up on
Yeah,
something
if there's
like
one
this.
thing we know about that guy, his psycho, the pain doesn't bother him like a normal person would.
And timeout.
Classic
Time
high
out.
powers maneuver.
Can't take the heat.
10.
Timeout.
Stay out here until. We can't.
2, 3,
He's using his brain.
Four.
You clearly don't have any.
5.
Big words, Mike Dexter.
Oh. I'm not using my brain. Just like click, 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 click,
Worry
click.
about
Clearly,
him.
you don't
Worry about
have.
him.
Hey.
Fucking Forrest Gump.
Got to get in quickly.
was risking a count out there, getting too distracted by Mike Dexter.
Yeah.
Waste time. You're jacking with me, you son of a bitch.
And going back to that arm. And turning that into a waist off. And what a full Nelson applied. Don't see him utilize that move.
Difficult to get out of.
Absolutely. Once those hands are clasped, but able to readjust his center of gravity. Releasing the pressure. And now Psychoblade is firmly in control for Team SAWF. A huge clothesline there into the corner. And another one, good measure. Going for the hat trick right now. Number 3 coming up.
Rolling out of the way.
As much as I have very choice words about Carmelo and the higher powers right now, at the end of the day, Carmelo is not a stupid competitor. He's a very smart, very calculated competitor. You cannot do things like that, repeat a move like that too much, and not expect to
Exactly.
Reap what you sow, so to speak.
And Psychoblade is probably not the smartest wrestler around.
So I would say he wrestles on instinct a lot of the time. He has great
Absolutely.
wrestling instincts, but
His instincts told him he wanted to hurt Carmelo, and it was the only way he could think of at the moment.
and I think and that's kind of what has always made defined the higher power, was that kind of methodical
And also,
strategy planning.
possibly poke to the eye, didn't quite see that.
The referee gonna allow some leniency. Obviously, especially in a championship match,
Yeah.
you generally want to try your best to make sure that a championship match ends with a decisive decision, which is why a referee may give more leniency in a match like this.
Yeah. What team do you think the ref is on? Team Sawf, Team High Powers?
I mean, I can't say he's in the higher powers good book with some of the actions that he's taken, so I can't
Definitely
say.
not. But I'm not sure if the High Powers has another referee on standby ready to replace him if they take
Prodigy
over.
was speaking about it last week, but yeah, I don't know for sure if they have one yet. Reverse atomic drop there, and that gives Carmelo an opportunity to catch his breath. And I think he's going. I think he was going for that rock bottom there, but no, he's reversed it. And Mike Dexter sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, as per usual.
Yeah.
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. I got you soon.
Potentially a big mistake by Mike Dexter.
But that allowed, that distracted him for too long, and I think we're just going to see that ripcord lariat from Carmelo. Come on, Jack.
They're going to be it.
1, 2, 3, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Go the first win to the Higher Powers of the day. 1-0, we have 2 more matches coming up.
And a successful defense of the SAWF Takedown Championship.
Yeah.
And I spoke about trying to get those 2 wins as early as possible.
Yeah.
Now the higher powers
Now,
are in that
Sawf
position.
needs the next 2 wins.
Yeah, they can't
In order
drop.
to take over the whole night.
They cannot drop another match. Now, from what I've been told, I'm not too worried about the next one.
Yeah, I gotta say, not looking great for the Higher Powers. Up next, Mike Dexter versus Ryan Sampson.
Now, I know you're not usually a big fan of Ryan Sampson, but even you can agree.
Mike Dexter, he isn't a wrestler.
Exactly.
He's a manager, associate, legal advisor, whatever, but he's never been a wrestler.
Where was what we said last week? Chalk one up for the high powers.
Took probably of the high powers. It's pretty good.
I'll see you soon. I may not be on collision course, but I'm helping out. 1-0 high powers, we're coming for the clean sweep.
I can't. Work together.
Well, stay tuned All I can say is I hope Team SOWF manages to work it out.
Yeah.
The takedown champ. Got one
Go.
on the board.
Trying to run away, Mike, are you?
Yeah, just
Still
leaving,
got
you
one more
know.
match, mate.
What?
What are you talking about? We're not going anywhere.
Looks like it.
Mike is
Celebrating.
just bringing the belt to me. My car.
Yeah. I'll be back.
I give it back to him.
Now,
Fine.
before you leave,
Well, do you want him to go inside? Is that what you're trying to say?
well, buddy, what? Gotta be prepared for a match.
I'm ready. I'll take Sampson, alright? I've got Sampson, alright?
Hey,
Take it from here.
Okay.
collision course isn't.
We're talking in whispers now.
No, collision course isn't the only.
Hey.
Collision course isn't the only. There's not one match. There's actually a second match that opens the show. Of course, you need to defend your title.
Cool.
I thought you should definitely have a chance on the show, being an associate. So.
You say it weird.
Associate. But you gotta associate. You're so shit, is what I'm saying.
So, like the pop, that'll be a face off your battle royal at collision course.
What's a battle royal? I'm in the battle royal.
You're in a battle royal defending that against a thunderstorm, a Respaldo de Negro, a Samurai Jack, and a debutante, a new wrestler. So I'd be ready for it, man. It's any rope over the top in the second rope doesn't really matter. So I'll be ready for it. Chances are pretty good for you, aren't they? You can take a battle royal with second characters. It should be right.
Welcome back, everyone. And this next match coming up, you know what?
It's going to be exciting.
I'm looking forward to it. Team FCW is one down, but Mike Dexter will be taking on Ryan Sampson.
Yeah, and I think there's only one way for this to go.
Absolutely. I'm glad that we can finally be in agreement of that.
Yeah. Something we agree on.
I mean, I guess we've always agreed on our disdain for this man.
This guy.
Yeah! Sorry, that was just a natural reaction, instinct, you know.
Understandable.
Here he comes! Oh, big time Mike Dexter, really making us wait. Really milking us good.
Yeah.
Maybe he's scared because he knows he has to get in that ring.
I mean, if I was as bad as Mike Dexter, I would be scared too.
Oh, absolutely. There he is!
I can't speak for the Prodigy when he says that this isn't personal. But what I did to you, for me that is personal. You're fucking with the wrong people.
Alright, awesome! I can't wait to see you lose this match! That's personal.
Well, strong words from Mike Dexter. Good comeback from Lucas Roger. He's looking weirdly confident.
This kid is an idiot. He thinks he's so great. He thinks he's on top of the world all the time. But
Hey, aren't you the guys that I beat the shit out of?
well, you're gonna be the guy who's gonna be laying in the middle of that ring when this man, the one not behind the camera, this man, I'm gonna still say it, alleged cousin. I still haven't seen those DNA results, but I'll take it. Ryan Sampson, former SAWF Takedown champion. There he is.
There's no place to hide what's
There is no place to hide for him.
Don't prepare for the boom, bam, oh man, oh. How you going, cuz?
Yeah, but
Let's do that one.
That one. I just broke my headset.
Well done. Headset error
Yeah, we
on Lucas
got-
Rogers then.
Fortunately, actually, I mean, now I'm looking at the damage. I still got the microphone. I still got one ear.
Yeah, I'll communicate anything that comes through the other ear.
That's just how excited I stood up too fast, and these shabby little headsets that we
The
have.
headset's got whiplash.
I mean, you saw what happened with the. Now let's go.
Let's see.
Ring that bell, ref.
Mike Dexter putting the
Hiding
ref
behind
in
the ref. Oh, very confident is Mike Dexter right now.
You bet you, motherfucker.
And I wish I could just be a spectator. I didn't have to
Hit
do a
record.
job.
Wait.
Lights, camera, action.
Oh, you want to go, motherfucker? See?
Oh,
It's
wow.
all legal.
Oh, he's got it.
Confident Mike
He's got
Dexter.
he's got a shove. I felt that shove.
He shoved you. Just the same.
I mean, I'll give Mike Dexter some credit. You know, after he low blows you and he has you on the mat and he has his boys helping him out in the ring, yeah, he can put a mean choke in. I'll give him that.
Ref, in the corner.
This time Ryan Sampson's not going to play dead from a little slap by Mike Dexter. He's not playing at all.
That's all I needed.
Hey,
And-
ref.
James?
James, what's
What's James
doing
doing
here?
out here? No! Jay! No!
Look,
Wait.
Shit.
Wait!
Shit. Do you think I'm gonna fall for that? A third time? Shit. Oh.
He's wearing a cup!
he came prepared.
I saw it! He's wearing a cup!
Fucking do.
What was that? Oh, no, I didn't quite make it out. Oh, a really good punch right there.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Oh! And you love to see it. You love to see it. The cup in play.
Wow. He knew. Mike Dexter had one move, and Ryan Sampson knew how to deal with it.
You know, that's part of Tiger style, you know. Wearing cups.
Tiger style, baby! Outsmart the little motherfucker.
I mean, to be fair, it's not hard to outsmart a worm, a rat, a weasel. One up! One up the score!
Can I steal that, cuz? Put it in the bar.
You can steal whatever you want from me!
My man!
Good one!
So you see Mike Dexter
Feels
feel
good!
the pain, the taste of his
Good,
own
doesn't
medicine.
it? Feels good.
It's yours.
Yeah?
Yours.
Throwing
wow.
his drink away, just messing up the table. No
The
respect for
headset's
equipment.
already broken.
Oh, nothing personal though.
Oh yeah. Casualty of war, my drink bottle from Mike Dexter. That got me fired up. We still got one more match for you, and I'm sure Team SAWF can get the job done.
1 point high powers, 1 point Sawf.
It all comes down to the James Anderson versus the Prodigy. And welcome back. Main event. There is a lot riding on this one heading into collision course. Higher power was 1 point. Team SAWF 1 point. It all comes down to this.
Yeah,
And-
Prodigy versus James Anderson, the biggest member on each side of the
Yeah,
playing
and I mean,
field
and
right
this is a rivalry and a friendship that's lasted the entirety of the SAWF. So this is, if there's any match, but this is all leading towards the big match at Collision Course.
Oh yeah,
This is about
it's got to
getting
be
that.
big. Like everything's riding on this right now.
This is about the advantage leading in, and that advantage, I'm pretty sure, leads to a situation where a member is not available.
1 for 1.
1 for 1. So you got this.
I do.
You got this, absolutely. I can't believe right now I'm actually rooting for James Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole time I've been in this company, up until maybe the last few weeks, he didn't never particularly treat me too well.
Yeah.
But right now, you know, potentially my job rides on this. I mean, I don't know. It's nothing personal with you, but maybe your job rides on it.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
what I'm going to ask Prodigy once he comes out.
The future of the SAWF is riding on what happens at Collision Course, and this potentially guarantees what happens at Collision Course. so many emotions,
Yeah.
so much at stake
Don't know
here.
what to think. Don't know what's going to happen.
And now one of those emotions is anger, because I see Mike Dexter.
Yeah, fair.
But it looks still a little sore. Maybe he's an ice pack for that one. Maybe he should be sitting in the back with some ice rather than being here on our screens in front of our eyes. Well, there is your SAWF World Champion.
Prodigy. Earlier today. Nothing personal. What was that about?
Exactly what I said. Nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
Just business.
Just business.
Personal for you.
Just business, apparently.
The business of attacking commentators,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, look, I understand why it's personal against me. Look, I get it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, oh, woe is me. Why? Why would the higher powers want to attack Lucas Roger? But you have been firmly on their side.
Yeah.
Week in,
I would
week
have
out.
stepped aside.
And last week, when you, I'm only hearing this on the grapevine. When you got into that ring, they went up.
Yep. He
They
said
want- they
he
want
doesn't have any issue with me.
So why take an issue this week?
Why?
And I mean, I would say 99% of chances, I would say James Anderson, who's former 3-time SAWF champion, started this company. You would bet on him 99% of the time. But I have to say it, the Prodigy is on the run of a lifetime. He's held that SAWF championship for, I don't even know how many days.
website.
But he's held that, and I'm not sure. I'm rooting for James Anderson, but I can't say with 100% certainty that I think he's going to win, and that fills me with a lot of
Yeah, it's
worry
scary.
and anxiety because the Prodigy wins. If he wins this match, and come collision course, it's more likely that the high powers take control of this company. And then what the hell is the future of the SAWF at that point?
Yeah.
Is there a future of the SAWF at that point?
No.
Blocking that punch.
But here we go.
and-
Getting inside the immediately.
and that's-
Both of them with the kicks.
And really with this is not going to be a grappling, wrestling, a mat-based classic. This is a
Absolutely.
fight right now. These two hate each other, and for Prodigy, this is everything that he wanted for him to be able to take charge of the company. But for James Anderson, this is his chance to try to block that as best he can ahead of collision course.
Yeah. We've seen a few matches between these two over the last year or so, and it's actually been fairly friendly. But today it's the complete opposite.
Absolutely, and I mean, even after James Anderson was exiled from the higher powers, but before the Prodigy was starting to make this power play, there was is there still a mutual respect? But right now, I don't know if there's much.
There's none. I think these two hate each other more than any two people in Sawf.
I can agree with that statement right there.
Maybe Mark, the referee, and Mike Dexter, possibly there as well. But
A little bit of hatred there. He does tell the referee how to count too much.
yeah, every single night.
Oh, he didn't do it. And those shoulder thrusts from James Anderson. Now, I would say that James Anderson most likely has the power advantage in this matchup.
Yeah.
Bigger frame, able to deal more damage. But the Prodigy has shown that regardless of his opponent, whatever advantage they have, he has the advantage of strategy,
Definitely.
of ring smarts. So really, it's still anyone's anyone's game.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. And
that's what makes it so scary. So we have no idea what's going to happen.
And like we said, we've seen this match many, many times with different results over the years, but like you said, we've seen this match a few times in the last year or so. And the Prodigy was the one, the dominant. And
yet we see James Anderson already a bit groggy right now. A few blows to the head.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Another 2 knees and maybe a trifecta, and I mean, it makes sense why James Anderson might be quite groggy right now, because he has been the Prodigy has been focusing on that head, dazing him, and now he's going to start to try to, remove the air, which only will exemplify how dazed, how groggy he already is.
Yeah.
I mean, I was choked by that man earlier tonight.
Yeah.
Not with his arm, but with this cord in my hand.
Yeah. We see often Prodigy in his matches wants to prove a point, but right now he clearly is just wants to win.
Wants to win.
That's
exactly.
why he's wearing. James
Oh my god! And a huge kick right there, and this could be a disaster for James Anderson, but able to kick out of that one. A 2. And 4. And stepping on the fingers, I think, and stomping on the hand. And I mean, that's going to make doing a lot of things
all the dirty
really
tricks
difficult.
Prodigy's pulling out right now.
And,
twisting the fingers, bending them.
Joint manipulation there on the fingers. And just going to... And that's the thing, having either of your hands out of commission, you need your hands for almost everything. He can't... It makes it harder to throw a punch. It makes it harder to lift it, grab. He's just got to hope that maybe the damage, it's not long-term damage, he can shake it off over the course of the match. Or power through it. He's able to move out of that one, and that's part of how these two know each other so well. They've wrestled each other so many times, they've been around each other for so many years. They're going to be able to... And that's an example, I think, of the Prodigy knowing James Anderson.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to be able to kind of pull him in with that kind of movement.
Yeah. James Anderson knows Prodigy well too, though, so it's just a matter of time until he manages to turn it around.
I think and I probably have mentioned this in one of their matches previous, but when it comes to the Prodigy versus James Anderson, it's really about who makes a mistake first, and how bad that mistake is. Because these two are such accomplished competitors, they can get through a mistake, but one that's just bad enough, that's what turns the tides.
Yeah, definitely. It's whoever finds an opening first, pretty much. I mean, they're trading blows at the moment. They're wearing each other down. But there's only so long they can keep this
going. And if you didn't notice, Prodigy removed that glove, meaning that's bare knuckle now from his fist. And he's got that arm, he's really wrenching on it there in that hammerlock. And what's he doing? He's got the other arm hooked. Unfortunately for James, Prodigy still had a vertical base there, could shift his weight onto his legs. Maybe he wanted to... Oh, and rolling through.
Reversing that twist.
And into one of his own, and he's going to start to drive that forearm into the joint. We saw Carmelo utilize this earlier. Obviously, they train very close together, being brothers, and there is the crossface, James Anderson's move. Oh, but no! James reversing it. And he's got it locked in. Prodigy is
right in the middle of the ring. He can't get to the ropes very easily.
But he's reversing,
turn it around,
turning into a pin, and that was so close there.
That could have been
for
it.
the higher powers. I mean, a pin like that, it's so effective because it comes out of nowhere, and for a lesser competitor lesser competitor, they might not have the awareness to really understand that they're being pinned. But for James Anderson, he's been doing this long enough for that not to work. But I think the Prodigy is going for the kill shot and missing. RAV coming up, no! Another super kick missed! RAV one more time! No!
Well done.
Super kick! And that, James and the rest of Team SAWF are out here.
Played out now.
What are they doing? No! What are they doing? Team SAWF here to help James Anderson in his time of need. And what the hell? What the hell is that on the screen?
What the hell is that?
Is that
What the hell is that, Mike?
is that Carmelo? And James did it! Team SAWF with the advantage. But what was that on the screen that we saw? Team SAWF heads into collision course with the advantage.
I think someone's got something to say to you.
And now, what is, oh my god! Adam Awful with the bell!
What a time we live in.
Leveling out the Prodigy, but he's back on his feet. And the Prodigy not in a good place right now. And my Dexter, all he can do is watch as this happens. And one more. Team SAWF on top here tonight.
SAWF always comes out on top. We don't give up.
You worry, Mikey?
And this is what's happening. This is what's happening at Collision Course. Team SAWF are going to hold control.
Hold on. I have an announcement. Since we won, we get the man advantage. You know what that means? Your buddy old pal, Adrian, won't be in the ring for 5 minutes. But I forgot to mention one thing. You were too busy beating up my commentators. Is there's actually another stipulation. We get to choose who starts first. What's that going to be? Hey, Mikey, you're stuck in the ring with buddy.
This is like music to my ears. Adrian Evans banned for the first 5 minutes. And Mike Dexter has to start out with Team SAWF.
Great to hear.
And I mean, I'm glad you finally saw the light.
I've been supporting higher powers since I got here, and I get nothing.
Except
Nothing.
these 4 letters, SAWF.
That's mine, buddy, not yours.
Now play the takedown theme, but that's nice. Fair enough, just no one will.
Oh, I guess we don't fucking get a takedown thing.
Regardless, Team SAWF victorious here, and they're going to be victorious again.
Damn right we are, cunts.
Come on.
Come on, boys. Play the takedown.
They're going to be victorious again at Collision Course.
Yeah, I said take the bitch to the back, take him home, take him to the hospital. I don't give a fuck. Let's get him out of the ring.
And suddenly, Higher Powers' hopes of taking over the company is looking on thin ice right now.
We've got the man advantage.
Y'all don't want to fuck with us.
Always can. But if you don't know me that well, yeah.
And with that, that's the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I really liked this one. I thought this show, despite what happened to me at the very beginning, how great all of that was, it's almost like it never happened.
Yep. Certainly an eye-opener. I'm Adam Awful.
You're going to want to join us for Collision Course because you're going to be able to see that once again. I'm Lucas Roger.
We take over. No, we're coming for you first,
Try
motherfucker.
it.
Anyway, don't listen to anything he has to say because his word doesn't really matter at this point. Like I said, I'm Lucas Roger.
I'm Adam Awful.
See you next time.
I'd like to add it as casualty of war, so to speak.
You know when we take over, Lucas? After we demolish Team SAWF, I'm going to make your life a living hell. And as for you, if you ever dare step in that ring again, you cross my path, I'll make your life a living hell too. And it's not going to be personal. Just business. Collision Course. It ends for the both of you, as well as Team SAWF. Shit, they can hit me with the belt. Get that for your outro.